Okay, I'm back. Merry Christmas to everybody and happy holidays. I just want to give a little background about what I want to achieve with this YouTube channel, about my trip back to Europe. I give you a little background about me. So, I was born in old Yugoslavia, what's not existing anymore, and then I was raised in Germany, and then I was in Germany until I was 23, and then I moved to California and I lived there for 30 years. And then 2 years ago, I moved to Florida. All of this has good reason behind it. When I was born in Yugoslavia, I was born as a Hungarian, so all my relatives are Hungarian. My grandparents are Hungarian. My great-grandparents are Hungarian. After the Second World War, that part of Vojvodina where I was born was declared Yugoslavia. Then in the 90s, Yugoslavia was divided up, and now where I was born, it's called Serbia. My parents moved to Germany as guest workers. I was left for 2 years with my grandma, so she only spoke Hungarian to me. I never learned to speak Yugoslavish. Then I was in Germany, and of course I learned German. I went to the gymnasium there, did my Abitur, and then married an American, not a soldier, just somebody who was there for fun, and then moved to California. I fell in love with California. I became a registered nurse, had a child. She is now 31. Her name is Alina. And as mostly, I got divorced 2 times during my time in America, and I'm now married for the third time to a Filipino. So my husband is Asian. There are reasons also why I moved then 2 years ago from California to Florida. It was not because of any political reasons. It was because of the addiction of my daughter. She overdosed many, many times on fentanyl, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and I was not ready to give the devil of addiction 2 lives. So I ran for my life and saved myself. Miracle happened. My daughter, after a year that I moved to Florida, got sober. So she is now sober for a year and is doing very well. I had no hopes, but surprises are happening. And that was my main reason I moved to Florida. I had enough of California and the fentanyl crisis. And I also wanted to be at a place. First of all, I found a very little cheap, cute villa in West Palm Beach. And I'm still just 15 minutes away from the beach here in Florida. What was always very important for me. I find life in Florida a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more quiet. The costs are the same. The house prices are different, but the cost of living is the same. So my goal going back to Europe is also not for political reasons. It's also for going a little bit back to my roots. And when my daughter was a drug addict, I was actually ready to leave America for good, because I always had the feeling that America took my child with the drug crisis situation, and I was just pissed about everything and wanted to leave everything behind me. So at that time, I bought a little apartment, a little under the roof apartment, what is considered a 2-bedroom in Hungary, close to Lake Havits. Lake Havits is a wonderful volcano lake, the only one in the world that people can swim in, and has a lot of healing and a lot of natural healing powers. And it's really located in a beautiful area in a forest. And that little apartment I purchased is in the next little town, Kishkudhany, and it was under $70,000, what is a great price for us in America considered. It's a 2 bedroom. For us, it's 1 bedroom, a living room, a kitchen connected with the living room, a balcony, and a bathroom with a bathtub, what is super important for me. So I will go in January 25 to Hungary to see my apartment the first time. I saw a lot on video, and I had it inspected by people and all that. So I know it's not very common to buy an apartment in Hungary on the internet. I did it with a lawyer. So I had a lawyer who signed the sales contract and actually did the registration with the city and all that. So I paid around under $2,000 for the lawyer, and I also had it through a real estate agent. So kind of covered my behind a little bit with that. So I'm going to Hungary, again, not for political reasons. I am born in Serbia, Hungarian, that could apply for the naturalization process, what I did. So I did it here in Florida, and I'm waiting now for my Hungarian passport. So I got all the paperwork. It takes a lot. I also have a good person that helped me. If you want to contact me, and I will give you her name and contact if you want to, if you're in a similar situation. So I got the interview at the Miami Hungarian consulate, and I passed. So you have to speak Hungarian, what I do. And then you have to just get all the paperwork from your great parents that were born in Serbia, in that part when it was still Hungary. And you have to have the birth certificate, the marriage certificate, and then everything up to when you were born, also your marriage certificates, your divorce certificates, and so on. And it can be all translated, and I will give you the name of the person who helped me immense with this and translated everything, and it was accepted by the consulate in Miami. So make it short, I never had a boring life. I came to America early. I became a registered nurse. I got my bachelor's, almost finished my master's in nursing education. I'm a diabetic myself since I'm 11 years old, so now for 47 years. Insulin dependent, was on different pumps and all that. Any questions, you can always contact me. I have very minimal long-term complications, also not with always perfect blood sugar. So any questions, you can always contact me. I will also look at, of course, the health system in Europe and in Hungary, and the medication costs and hospitals and all of that, and compare it to our horrible health system in America that I really would love that it changes. It changes to something that is affordable for everybody and will help with all the costs. My thinking is that we have to lower the health costs for the services provided, and we have to compete with low prices for networks accepted by health insurance, and focus on one health insurance, one large HMO that will work with networks who get bonuses and will be able to sign on if they provide us cost-effective, quality care for everything. So I hope that it will go in that direction. And I will talk about that later on too, if it will come up. So I will go for my own interests, really, to Hungary. First of all, I have horrible back pain, and Lake Habits is very famous for the treatment of those issues. My husband is also a nurse and survived COVID, was in the ICU, then survived a quadruple bypass surgery, what was also caused from the lung effects by COVID. So I've been through a lot. I've been really through a lot. As I said, my life was never boring, unfortunately, in a way. And I also want for him to find a beautiful little spot for us for retirement. I will still keep my place here in America, especially with the uncertainty of the war now. Hungary has a border up in the north with Ukraine, and weird things are going on with EU and all of that, and I will just have to see how it's going and figure out what to do. But I can always come back to America and will have my little villa here in Florida and spend a lot of time still here in America. So I will be international as most of the time, hopefully flying back and forth and enjoy the good sides of both continents. That's my plan, but we will see how everything will work out. So I also have a service dog. Her name is Bella, and she was already not accepted by most European airlines. So I'm flying with American Airlines. I'm having a flight from Fort Lauderdale and then with a overlay in America still, then going to Munich. So my dot form is good enough for that. In Munich, I found a flight with Austrian Airlines that accepted. My service dog is trained with the American training programs here, but most European airlines only accept their own specific training schools. It's very hard, and so Austrian Airline accepted me. Let's see, I will have a flight from Munich over Vienna to Budapest with Austrian Airlines planned, with my dog accepted. So let's see how that all goes. And I will stay in Munich for a couple days, stay in Budapest for a couple days, and then go to Lake Havitz and then see from there how it's going. I want to go to Heidelberg. That's where I grew up, and meet a lot of friends there and my cousin there. And I hope that everything works out as I want to, and I will document everything to give help to other people, to give tips, and also just experience what it will be to be in Europe and compare everything between America and Europe and find out how reality looks like. Okay? Stay tuned. Bye bye. Merry Christmas to everybody. Bye bye.